Hello, friends. Forget Elon Musk. Forget Donald Trump. Just forget every other nonsense. There are some more important things for us to worry about. As the year 2024 has just ended, some staggering numbers have come out, clearly showing that the fight between Big Pharma and the carnivore lifestyle has escalated to unprecedented levels. According to a recent Bloomberg report, Big Pharma giants including Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk have amassed a staggering $45 billion in 2024, all from the sale of their weight loss medications like Wegovy, Ozempic, and Zepbound. And it doesn't just end there. Projections show these sales skyrocketing to nearly $100 billion in the next few years, as these big pharma companies are pushing the paddle further, creating a false illusion of quick fixes for the most destructive chronic conditions, namely obesity and diabetes. We can very well figure out that it is not just about business. It's about systematically suppressing our health and wellness, all to protect their massive profits. And, in today's exclusive video, we are going to expose how these industries are targeting the only potent threat in their way, the carnivore lifestyle. But why carnivore? Well, because the carnivore diet offers us something that Big Pharma fears the most: real healing. Instead of earning on our sickness, carnivore threatens the billion-dollar profit margins of these ruthless business entities by reversing chronic diseases like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and inflammation. Friends, we all need to watch this really carefully, as this is not just another usual carnivore video. Rather, it is a fight to reveal the most crucial truth about our health we all need to know, making it one of our most important videos to start off this year. Here we go. Let's begin with one of the most shocking developments exposing the sinister collaboration between Big Food and Big Pharma in advancing their dirty agenda: manipulation of the Nobel Prize. Well, friends, in a recent landmark development, the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to David Baker from the University of Washington and Demis Hassabis with John Jumper from Google DeepMind, marking a transformative moment in the field of molecular biology. According to the Nobel Prize Committee, their work addresses two long-lasting critical challenges: the design of new proteins and the prediction of natural protein structures. Now, it is all based on the term most of us are familiar with: proteins, which are the essential molecular machinery of our life and an integral component of the carnivore diet, governing nearly every biological function in our body, from enzyme catalysis to immune responses. Furthermore, the folding pattern dictates a protein's function, and predicting these structures accurately was considered one of biology's most difficult problems. Keeping this in perspective, these breakthroughs actually redefine how we understand and manipulate life's fundamental molecules, with implications that extend well beyond our imaginations. The potential applications, including medicine, biotechnology, and more importantly, food science, are so staggering that we really need to know how this enormous power will be wielded by the big corporations and what untold consequences it would bring to us all. Let's move ahead with decoding the Nobel Prize. What really was the problem at hand, and what eventually came out. As we all know, proteins are the essential molecules in our body that carry out virtually all biological functions, facilitating metabolism, immune response, energy production, and cell communication. However, understanding and manipulating these complex structures has remained one of the most difficult challenges in molecular biology. A protein's function is dictated entirely by how it folds into a precise three-dimensional shape, but predicting this shape from its amino acid sequence has eluded scientists for decades. This difficulty is known as the protein folding problem, first formulated in the 1970s. Despite advances in experimental techniques such as X-ray crystallography and nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, solving the structure of proteins remained a slow and resource-heavy process. Each protein required dedicated work that could take months or years, thus hampering scientific progress, particularly in areas like medicine discovery and enzyme engineering. Alongside the challenge of understanding natural protein structures, researchers also faced the limitation of biological evolution. Natural proteins are the result of millions of years of evolutionary fine-tuning, optimized for the survival needs of specific organisms. However, the functions needed for modern medical and industrial purposes often require new types of proteins, molecules that do not exist in nature. Designing these proteins from scratch presented enormous technical hurdles. Without the ability to accurately predict how sequences would fold, it was difficult to create proteins with desired functions. This dual challenge, predicting protein structures and designing functional proteins, represented a major bottleneck for biotechnology, medicine, and other scientific branches. In response to these challenges, scientists pursued two parallel paths: improving protein design algorithms to create new proteins from scratch, and developing predictive tools to unlock the structures of natural proteins faster and with greater precision. All these efforts culminated into the breakthroughs that earned something which every scientist and researcher longs for: the Nobel Prize. Now, the obvious question that comes to mind is, what is the role of Big Pharma in this whole picture? And how are these magnificent scientific developments a threat to the carnivore diet? Or, in simpler terms, the proper human diet and nutrition? Well, we certainly are going to describe this, but for that, we need to know these details discussed ahead. Solving the almost impossible design problem with computational protein engineering. Well, friends, Dr. David Baker's controversial yet groundbreaking work addresses the challenge of de novo protein design, the ability to create new proteins from scratch for specific applications. His lab developed Rosetta, a pioneering computational platform that simulates how amino acid sequences fold into stable, functional structures. This tool has evolved over the past 2 decades into one of the most powerful resources for protein engineering, allowing researchers to bypass the limitations of natural proteins and create entirely new molecules. Baker's team demonstrated that proteins could be designed to carry out highly specialized tasks, such as functioning as enzymes that break down environmental pollutants or molecular sensors capable of detecting disease markers. A particularly noteworthy achievement is the creation of a synthetic medicine for respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, the first de novo designed medication to enter clinical trials. This development highlights the transformative potential of custom protein design in the field of medicine, paving the way for more effective and precise therapeutics. Beyond medicine, Baker's designs extend into fields like nanotechnology and green chemistry. His lab has produced enzymes that can break down plastics and materials with enhanced properties for use in industry. The power of computational design lies in its ability to solve problems faster and more accurately than traditional trial-and-error methods, reducing reliance on natural proteins and expanding the toolkit available to scientists and engineers. Moving to the other half of the award, solving the protein folding problem with AlphaFold 2. While Baker tackled the design problem, Demis Hassabis and John Jumper of Google DeepMind confronted the protein folding problem, a puzzle that had frustrated biologists for over 50 years. AlphaFold 2, their deep learning-based AI model, achieved what many believed was impossible, accurately predicting the three-dimensional structure of proteins directly from their amino acid sequences. This feat was made possible through neural networks trained on large datasets of protein sequences and structures, combined with advanced optimization techniques to generate predictions with atomic-level accuracy. According to the developers, AlphaFold 2's impact has been really profound. Since its release in 2020, the system has solved the structures of more than 200 million proteins, providing researchers with insights that would have taken decades to uncover using experimental methods. Scientists have used AlphaFold 2 to study antibiotic resistance mechanisms, model viral proteins, and develop new enzymes for industrial applications. Its open-access model has democratized protein research, making these insights available to millions of researchers worldwide across 190 countries. The predictive power of AlphaFold 2 has revolutionized several scientific fields. In medicine, It accelerates medication discovery by revealing the exact structure of target proteins, allowing for the design of more effective medications. In materials science, it enables the development of custom enzymes for sustainable chemical processes. By solving the protein folding problem, Hasabi's and Jumper have provided a tool that streamlines research and innovation across numerous disciplines. Together, the work of Baker and the DeepMind team represents a paradigm shift in molecular biology. With the ability to design new proteins from scratch and predict the structures of natural proteins with precision, scientists apparently now have tools that dramatically expand the frontiers of biotechnology. These breakthroughs promise to revolutionize medicine development, industrial bioprocesses, and environmental science by providing faster, more effective solutions to previously intractable problems. Although the custom-designed proteins and AI-predicted structures offer incredible potential, but they also pose a serious risk to our biological system, taking it to the level of man versus nature. So friends, coming to the main point, how big food and big pharma are involved here. Plus, what are the unforeseen risks associated with engineering molecules which do not already exist in nature? And most important for us, how these artificial new proteins are going to affect our dietary health and nutrition. Let's find out the scary truth. The drastic food and nutrition implications. Well, friends, while the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry marks a pivotal moment in science, yet this achievement has a mighty transformative potential, as it opens the door to unsettling developments related to synthetic food production, which has a deep connection to our nutritional health and well-being. Startup companies, notably Upside Foods and Savor, both backed by Bill Gates, are applying these innovations to create lab-grown meat and artificial butter. Though these projects are marketed as sustainable solutions to reduce environmental impact, they also present a hidden danger: the gradual elimination of natural animal-based foods from our diets. This shift risks vastly depriving people of the essential nutrients found in real meat and butter, both of which are critical elements of high-fat, high-protein diets, such as keto and the carnivore diet, which many of us are following to optimize our health and wellness. Now, a deeper examination of how these synthetic products are made and how they compare to their natural counterparts reveals some disturbing details. But before moving to these details, we would like to know, what has been your experience on the carnivore diet so far? And have you tried any synthetic foods in the process? Do share your journey in the comments. Moving ahead, friends, the concept of lab-grown meat originated from research in tissue engineering, aiming to replicate animal muscle tissue outside of the body. The process begins by extracting stem cells or muscle precursor cells from a living animal. These cells are placed in a nutrient-rich culture medium, where they multiply and form muscle fibers. The medium typically contains a blend of amino acids, glucose, minerals, vitamins, and growth factors. Early versions of this technology required fetal bovine serum, FBS, a substance derived from the blood of unborn calves, to stimulate cell growth, although companies are now working to replace FBS with plant-based alternatives. In bioreactors, the muscle cells are exposed to hormonal and chemical signals that trigger them to differentiate into muscle fibers. These fibers are grown on scaffolds to mimic the texture of natural meat. However, the final product is essentially a collection of cells without the complex network of tissues, connective elements, and fats that give real red meat its unique nutritional profile. Natural red meat, particularly beef, lamb, and organ meats, contains a wealth of essential nutrients that lab-grown meat cannot replicate. These include heme iron, which is highly bioavailable and critical for preventing iron deficiency, vitamin B12, vital for brain and nerve function, and omega-3 fatty acids, which play a role in cardiovascular health. Red meat also provides a complete profile of essential amino acids, creatine and carnitine, which are necessary for muscle function and energy metabolism. In contrast, lab-grown meat lacks many of these nutrients or provides them in forms that may not be as bioavailable. While synthetic meat can offer protein, it may fall short in essential micronutrients such as zinc, selenium, and fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K that are found abundantly in natural animal meat. Additionally, the long-term effects of consuming lab-grown meat remain largely untested. Some experts express concern that this engineered product could alter gut microbiota, increasing the risk of metabolic and immune disorders over time. Consumers drawn to lab-grown meat for its environmental promise may unknowingly sacrifice their health. The carnivore diet, which relies heavily on nutrient-dense animal products, demonstrates the profound benefits of a high-fat, high-protein diet. Many followers report improvements in metabolic health, mental clarity, and reduced inflammation. Replacing these whole foods with synthetic alternatives poses a direct threat to those seeking optimal health through natural nutrition. Similar to the synthetic meat, artificial butter from air, a nutritional and chemical mirage. In a parallel effort to replace traditional animal fats, companies such as Savor, also backed by Bill Gates, are developing artificial butter using carbon capture technologies. This innovative process involves transforming carbon dioxide, CO2, hydrogen, and oxygen into synthetic fats through a combination of thermochemical reactions. While this process might sound like a scientific marvel, it raises serious concerns about nutritional adequacy and long-term health risks. Natural animal butter, derived from milk, contains far more than just fat. It is a rich source of conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, a unique fatty acid with proven anti-inflammatory properties and potential benefits for fat loss. Butter also contains essential fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, which supports vision and immune function, vitamin D, crucial for calcium absorption and bone health, and vitamin K2, which plays a role in cardiovascular health by preventing arterial calcification. These nutrients exist in perfect synergy within natural butter, promoting efficient absorption and optimal health. In contrast, artificial butter lacks these complex nutritional benefits. While it may replicate the taste and texture of real butter, it offers little more than empty calories. The synthetic fats produced from carbon capture are stripped of the essential bioactive compounds found in natural animal fats. Furthermore, the long-term effects of consuming chemically engineered fats are unknown. The introduction of such products into the food supply could alter cholesterol metabolism, hormone regulation, and immune responses, leading to unforeseen health complications in the years to come. Replacing natural butter with a synthetic alternative also undermines the principles of nutritional freedom and dietary autonomy. Diets that emphasize animal-based fats, such as the carnivore diet and ketogenic diet, have shown profound health benefits, including improved insulin sensitivity, cognitive function, and cardiovascular health. Artificial butter, however, offers no comparable benefits and represents a step backward in nutritional quality. Friends, as synthetic alternatives begin to replace traditional sources of nutrition, the long-term impact on human health and biological well-being raises urgent and critical questions. Relying on lab-grown foods and artificial proteins threatens to disrupt metabolic balance, immune function, and nutrient absorption in ways that could cause profound, irreversible damage over time. One of the most immediate concerns revolves around the issue of nutrient bioavailability, the extent to which nutrients are absorbed and utilized by the body. Natural animal products such as meat, fish, and dairy provide essential nutrients in bioavailable forms, including heme iron, vitamin B12, long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, and complete amino acid profiles. These nutrients play irreplaceable roles in cellular metabolism, brain function, and immune health. Attempts to replicate these profiles in lab-grown meat or artificial butter face significant limitations. Even if the chemical structure of synthetic proteins mimics that of their natural counterparts, the complex synergies between nutrients present in real foods are exceedingly difficult to replicate in artificial systems. Replacing real animal-based proteins with synthetic ones risks introducing metabolic inefficiencies. The human digestive system has evolved over millennia to process and absorb nutrients from natural foods with remarkable efficiency. Introducing synthetic proteins or lab-grown alternatives could disrupt gut microbiota, the complex ecosystem of microorganisms essential for digestion, immunity, and hormonal balance. Disruptions to this microbiota have been linked to autoimmune disorders, metabolic syndromes, and chronic inflammation, conditions already on the rise in modern societies. The long-term health impact of consuming synthetic fats is another area of serious concern. Fats derived from carbon capture processes, such as the artificial butter developed by Savor, may replicate the taste and texture of natural fats, but there is no comprehensive understanding of their metabolic behavior. Natural fats, particularly those from animal sources, contain bioactive compounds like CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, and phospholipids that support heart health, immune function, and brain development. Synthetic fats are unlikely to carry these same benefits, and consuming them as a substitute for natural fats could disrupt lipid metabolism, increase the risk of inflammatory diseases, and impair brain function over time. To put it simple, the movement towards synthetic proteins, resulting in artificial substances like lab-grown meat and artificial fats, is accelerating, with venture capital giants and high-profile investors like Bill Gates pushing the development of these products. While such developments could apparently reduce the carbon footprint of livestock agriculture, they introduce some profound questions for our health and wellness, which are eventually the game changer for us all. And now, moving to the next section, the influence of big corporations towards applying forced censorships and restricting public access to actual useful knowledge related to health and wellness. Friends, so far we have unveiled how the big corporations are manipulating the prestigious names to mend the public opinion towards their benefit. But the plot only thickens here. As all the powerful people have powerful allies, so has been the case for these filthy, rich corporations. None of us believed it could happen, but here is a new player in the game now, even more powerful than these food and pharma corporations, but willing to help them out against the carnivore diet's influence. Let's find out who that is. Well, friends, enter the new villain, Big Tech, the gatekeepers of information in the digital age. Mighty tech companies like Google, which controls 92% of the global search engine market, and YouTube, owned by Google, wield immense power over what information is accessible to us all. Over the past few months, it has been found that these tech giants have been deliberately limiting the reach of actual useful content related to our key health, including the carnivore diet, effectively protecting the interests of big food and big pharma by controlling the narrative around this dietary approach. Both Google and YouTube have applied various new techniques and methodologies, resulting in censorship and forced removal of content which does not suit the business interests of both big food and big pharma's monetary interests. Similar to carnivore, keto influencers with massive internet following, like Dr. Eric Berg, have complained about this change, revealing the sharp decline in their viewership and potentially the people who could benefit from the healthy dietary approaches. Let's have a look how it all is being done on these big tech platforms. Friends, Google's search algorithms play a crucial role in shaping public discourse. By tweaking these algorithms, Google is allegedly suppressing the content that promotes the carnivore diet, making it less likely to appear in search results. This means that when users search for information about the carnivore diet, they are more likely to encounter content that criticizes the diet or promotes plant-based alternatives, which align with the interests of big food and big pharma. This manipulation of search results ensures that the public remains largely unaware of the potential benefits of the carnivore diet, effectively steering them towards content that supports the status quo. Adding to it, YouTube, another key player in the information ecosystem, has been criticized for its treatment of both keto and the carnivore diet-related content. Content creators who produce videos about healthier alternative options, including the carnivore diet, more than often find their videos demonetized, restricted, or flagged as misleading or harmful, despite mounting evidence that supports the diet's health benefits. This suppression is not only reducing the visibility of these videos, but also discourages content creators from producing similar content, knowing that their efforts may be stifled by the platform's policies. As a result, valuable information about the carnivore diet remains hidden from the broader public, further entrenching the influence of big food and big pharma. Beyond algorithmic suppression, YouTube and other social media platforms have implemented content moderation policies that label carnivore diet content as controversial or unsafe. These policies often lead to the removal or deprioritization of videos that advocate for the diet, further limiting their reach and visibility. This type of censorship prevents millions of people from accessing information that could potentially transform their health, leaving them in the dark about alternatives to the processed foods and medications that dominate the market. By controlling the flow of information, Big Tech ensures that the financial interests of big food and big pharma remain protected, even at the cost of public well-being. This cynical alliance between Big Tech, Big Food, and Big Pharma represents a concerted effort to maintain control over the narrative around health and nutrition. The suppression of carnivore diet content is not merely an oversight. Rather, it is a calculated strategy to protect the immense profits these industries generate from the public kept in the dark about healthier ways of life. So, friends, we have discussed how the big corporations are going to the unimaginable extremes, all to protect their massive profit margins. But this is not all. We shall be bringing more on this topic in our upcoming videos, with the precise knowledge and guidance needed to move our health journey into the proper direction, thus reaping all the benefits of this magnificent dietary approach. Meanwhile, let us know, how has been your experience on the carnivore diet so far? What health conditions have you healed and cured? Do share your journey in the comments. Press the like button if you found this video helpful, and share it with your loved ones as well. Subscribe now to our channel to become a proud member of our exclusive carnivore community, helping us spread the healing message further. And do you know, what are the unknown facts about the consumption of saturated fats we should be aware of? Click on the video showing up the screen to find that out. See you there!